Welcome to the Pearl L. Crawford Memorial Library Board of Trustees meeting, Tuesday, October 26, 2021. First call to order is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, Drusilla, just wanted you to know.
All right, so the first order of business, we'll do something before we
Okay,
start
sorry.
with you.
The weather out there is real
It
fun.
was not real fun driving in.
Meeting minutes from trustees September 28th meeting. Everyone's had an opportunity to review.
Move as read online.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
I don't want to throw you under the
No.
bus that quickly, that's all.
No, and hopefully this won't be won't be too long. It's mostly an answer question type
Okay.
thing. Oh gosh. This is, sorry, first handout.
Thank you for printing that because
Yeah, no problem.
my
Figured.
computer was missing
I've got
a line.
copies.
Oh, you already got
Pat's prepared.
Oh, she already
She
said-
copied hers? You printed and it printed well for you?
Oh,
Yeah, it did.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
It printed.
Awesome.
I
And you
missed
might as
it.
well leave an extra copy
Thank
over
you so
here.
much.
I'm
Sure.
sure we'll have one more person.
No
Right.
problem.
If she doesn't get blown away.
Come on, baby. There we go.
Looks better than mine did.
Okay.
You know, if we made moving boulders a story time activity, that would be
Do you
cheaper.
think we can recruit kids?
You know what? Seriously, here, kids.
Just tell them it's a snowman.
There you go. Move this rock.
I'm attempting these, so I'm kind of handing to you these kind of in order.
Okay.
Ish. Ish.
So behave and keep them in order.
Well, it'll hopefully tell a story.
Actually, I'll take that one because
Sure.
the
Oh,
red
color.
didn't, yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
have any. Thanks.
No problem. So the first one is the updated cost estimate. And I don't know how many of you were able to review, so we can quickly
Dawn,
look
do you
over.
want
Sorry,
copies
do you?
of these?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm so
This is
sorry.
the town administrator.
Yeah, this is-
Okay.
Let him in on
I don't know what the hell we're
Let
doing.
him in on the
Okay,
scoop.
paying attention.
I'm trying to look real
I like it. I like it. I'm into that. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
The police officer was in a meeting with someone today.
I'll give you this one.
The front door?
You need a copy. Absolutely, sir.
I don't want to copy
try
the
it
little
right
stuff, big stuff.
Big stuff, just the more important stuff. This is just the key change. You don't want to see that.
Are those always open? Am I?
No, they're not. They're open now.
Brandon.
Oh, I did that.
Walk up to it hoping that it'll.
Oh, I
I
did
feel like
that
I'm the
too.
only one getting trapped in the police station.
Nope, that was me. I was there I did that now. This is the second time I did that.
I always try the other door now because it's usually open for us.
Boy, I'm
Yeah,
glad
now
I
I
have
know.
keys to
So I
the
was
back
like,
door.
can't they just leave that door open for 10 minutes, you know?
Well, it does have a big sign that says after hours use those doors.
Right, so I went
Right,
there
so
the
I
first
just
time and
went
then it's, yeah.
Okay.
It's a test.
Front door.
Did you need
Oh,
this one?
try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have, okay. Okay. And then I can I'll do the other two, because those are just more of the schedule, so we'll just figure we can just look over. Part one, we'll just be looking at the cost estimate, just the changes to the plan, and if you want to check it out and see how that has changed, Amy has highlighted the major things in orange that have, just to kind of help lower the cost. So as you can see, it's just we just kind of minimized, kind of simplified a few things. And then the major thing, I would say you'd probably see, the major difference is that we removed a lot of the furniture thinking that it could be purchased at a later date and or a different time, especially if it's the movable furniture. And then, to be completely honest, it really didn't, we removed that's why you'll see, like, we removed the stumps, we removed the stage.
Sit on the rocks.
Yeah, no, I
Got
mean,
rocks.
that's,
You can sit on rocks.
absolutely. We removed the stage because we kind of felt that if we were to orient it, kind of like what we're showing in the revised plan, is that it still provides an area to perform while there's still some sort of stadium feeling, like seeing, you can see some contour lines in there. It's just to show that it's gonna kind of slope, so you kind of, so it'll slope down so you can kind of see in front of you. So it kind of gives that feeling of a little bit of like there is a center.
Yeah.
And then, I think, honestly, I think that was pretty much it. I think we're still sticking with a lot of the same materials. Oh, sorry, the shade structure. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of go with the more minimalist type shape too for construction. That'll makes it a lot cheaper. And but we didn't specifically pick. Again, we didn't really pick a product for that one. We figured that might be a little bit more of a discussion for you. But that's why we kind of think that's drawn in at a 15 by 15, just to give you a reference.
So I still see, my only question would be like, it's highlighted, Amy highlighted the raised garden bed, but then it is in the conceptual plan, so that stays?
Let me see. Oh, I did. Good catch. Did she not?
No, I don't see it in her list.
No, but it is. She did. Oh, she just picked a less expensive one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. No,
Yeah.
I just wanted to know.
Oh, no, you're absolutely
Because it's
right.
still there, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Nope,
but-
nope,
okay.
you're right. I think she just wanted to make sure she was crossing her i's and dotting her t's. It's at the very bottom, under
Yeah.
site furnishings. So yeah, I guess, that's kind of what she wanted to update you on that for this, and then kind of show you the plan as what has updated. And then if there were any more like plan-specific questions or any updates on your end, or kind of, there's a few things that I can also bring up too, that'll just.
I know the town has, I got some information since the last meeting. The town uses MassCore to
MassCore.
get a lot of things, and they may have options that, like, they build stuff even.
They'll do park benches. They
Oh,
won't
cool.
do
I
like
have
the
I have a
swings
book
or the
here.
lounges or anything, but
They
they'll do
actually
park
built,
benches.
if anybody has been in the large conference room, what used to be a closet, they came in and built a beautiful, like, shelving unit to put, display things in the.
They might be able to do like they do picnic tables and such.
Okay. And it's approved by the state.
Yeah, but some
Okay, so it doesn't need like any additional, or is it
I
like
just
a?
think it's a place that you might wanna check
Oh,
prices on.
absolutely. No,
Reasonable.
Is it, no, I'm just actually just really interested. Is it a
it's the
third?
Mass Department of Corrections.
Mass-
MassCore.
Okay, that's
So
kind of cool.
as
That's
a
really cool.
a town, you're
Yeah.
eligible.
Okay.
They do, much like the one in Connecticut, they're teaching inmates
Yeah.
a trade essentially. So some of what they do it's very specific kinds
Yeah.
of things. Like they won't build you any kind of outdoor furniture.
Yeah.
But they can do picnic tables.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And there are examples on their website. of
Okay.
that.
And that's MASSCOR, right?
MASSCOR, correct.
Yeah, if you Google MassCore, it does come up.
Okay, cool.
Although I have them,
I have a book.
we talked to them at some point. Somebody called me and we talked about upholstery, so I have them
Oh,
bookmarked.
yeah. And that is actually someone that I have submitted Pat's due diligence for the storyboards. Pat
Cool.
has submitted them to a local vocational school,
Okay.
and I have submitted the same exact plans to MassCore
Oh, awesome.
for the storyboards. to see, get some prices.
That's awesome.
I haven't heard back from Rose Conrad, but I would
Yeah,
have
I
by now.
actually
Yeah.
haven't either, but.
No, my experience is that it takes a while.
Well, we have time, we're good.
I mean, I don't know about Massachusetts, but Connecticut always
Oh,
took a while to
it
deal
probably
with
does.
the.
Although the gentleman reached out to me right away.
Mhm.
I will say that. I got feedback right away, but,
From Baypath?
no, I got
No, I
feedback
haven't
from
heard back from
MassCore.
them, yeah.
MassCore, yeah, they're very good, but to get an actual answer for an estimate, I know in Connecticut always took, it'd be like.
Well, 'cause they probably have to like draw up the plans and figure out.
Well,
what
and they have to
exactly-
Yeah,
figure out,
exactly.
it's not like some shops where they have unlimited capability, they have to figure out if they have the capability to do it, you know?
Right, exactly.
Because it's essentially a learning, you know, like they may not have the skill set available, so.
It's really cool. I've never heard about this.
Yeah.
Very cool that it exists.
Yeah, that,
Yep.
I'd love to support that if
We'll
possible.
thank the town administrator's office for that.
Mhm. Oh, the one other thing I did forget to mention, we did take out the little we had 2 areas for swings. We took out the smaller one with the 2 swings, which is on the right. That was the other, I guess, I wouldn't even call it a major move, but a move. I think now I think I covered it all.
We'll just add another swing every year after
Yep.
it's built.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Eventually we'll have enough
It's
swings.
potential, it's potential.
We'll have
Yes.
enough swings.
Swings everywhere. Yeah, so for, I guess on our end, I mean, I guess we'll go over schedule and stuff. There were just a few things too that we wanted to just double check, especially if town admin is here too. How do we want any approval? Not necessarily that there's a approval process. Is there someone that we'd like to review the plan going further, or not quite yet? Or do we
What do you
need
mean?
to?
Do
I think I
we
need more.
need a landscape architect plan approved by anyone like town? No, we're good, okay.
No, I mean, you'd need to, if there were any permitting issues, you'd go through the normal
Mhm.
channels for that, but no.
Yeah,
Okay, so no plan approval. We just wanted to like
That's
triple.
what I thought, but since you're here to ask.
Just wanted to like triple check, cause, just we wanted to make sure like, so that's so like permit, like we're applying for something like, you know, plumbing, like, cause we're trying to get hose bibs and other things out there. We're still good on that, or?
I think it's a permitted use, and it might be worth a call to Bill Scanlon tomorrow to see if he needs a site plan review, but
Okay.
Okay. And then, I think the only other thing that I don't know if you guys have made a decision yet, because that'll tie into a lot of the lighting and or hours, if any determination has potentially been made.
For what exactly?
Sorry, for lighting and or, in other words, hours open, or did we
Oh.
lighting within
Is there going
the?
to be
Yeah,
the
I
light
sent,
that
I
we
had
need,
sent,
the lighting?
I didn't see that.
Amy.
Oh, you did? I'm so sorry, then I retract that.
The image that we had
People
looked at.
wondering.
Okay.
And said I had found an image, of lighting that, I'd actually found a lot of images of lighting, but there was one that kind of everybody agreed that we liked. And I
Okay.
did send it to Amy.
Okay, my bad.
Um,
I must
As
have missed that.
an example, the website that I found it on is not necessarily one that we want to buy from. It's from one of those like, wish.com
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
But to give an idea
Sure.
of what we were looking at.
Okay, so she's got that, then
Um,
I take back my.
Yeah, at
question.
least for like path lighting and stair lighting. You know,
Perfect.
when it comes to like overhead lighting or something, we don't need like massive chandeliers.
Mhm.
It's just, I'm assuming everyone agrees that it just needs to be
Well, I think if you plan like a night program, let's say you're doing something in the fall and it starts getting darker earlier.
Yeah.
You wanna have light.
But I don't need something that looks decorative. I just, if
Oh.
it's like up on a pole or
Yeah.
something, it just needs to be functional. I
And we
don't
can
need,
always
like-
light the underneath the pergola, that would make it,
But like, we don't need like,
Yeah.
crystal chandeliers or something.
Yeah.
It just,
Awesome.
that just has to work. But the path lighting, I sent Amy the example.
Perfect, cool. Then, so, yeah, I guess if there's any other specific plan questions. Oh, did she not?
So I guess for lighting, do we want, like, I think you're trying to say, like, do we want like a spotlight or something?
No,
Or
it's more of like how, like, before we were kind of talking about like how intense it needed to be, like, so would we actually want like a physical lighting consultant to meet these certain, because they do all these crazy light calculations and
Which
stuff.
we don't, right?
Yeah, we don't need
I
that
mean,
type of
because
stuff.
we don't want it too bright because we don't want to annoy the neighbors.
Absolutely,
Right,
yeah,
right.
exactly.
I was gonna say, we definitely discussed
And,
not wanting like.
I mean, the plan, same as we do now.
Yeah.
You plan for, okay, weather or what have you, when you plan programming, be like, all right, it's gonna be getting dark at 4:30, maybe we won't do an outdoor program that day.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably more
Yeah.
of a summer thing anyway, no one wants to be
Yeah.
outside in
Yeah.
December around here.
No, for sure. I just wanted to make sure,
But-
I just knew you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not like we're gonna be like, let's do a midnight program, you know? or-
Party in the park. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, so I guess for site, then I will then, this makes it easy. I'm just gonna hand out the schedule then, along with milestones. Here, I guess if you wanna pass this, sure. Let me take two for us back here. 13. This way.
Thank you.
Or
Take a second copy for the,
Yep.
So, yeah,
Short,
just in case you want the summary.
Oh, there's a cable. Oh, you did the crisscross.
Oh, switch.
Oh, yeah, the switch. Oh, yeah, I'll grab your extras. Yeah. Sweet. So, this is what I was told by Joanne and Amy, so I'm just gonna review what they said. So I'm gonna, this schedule is pretty tight to get us built by June. So, we just wanted to see what you guys think about this schedule, and or if you'd like to review it and then get back to us and see if this is still, if this is doable. We tried to make it as doable on our end as possible. But I do know that's why the milestones were the major things that we really want to try and shoot for these dates for.
wow. That's
So-
in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
To have the,
So
design
you're
development
sending out
approval.
RFPs after the board,
After we get your approval.
Once
Approval.
you've
And then
decided if
you're
we approve
looking-
the
yeah.
plan, yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you're looking for the RFPs.
I think,
On 11.
Yeah, I
Two
think
weeks.
Amy has
The board
already,
vote on 11/8.
Yeah, do we need a special meeting for that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, so I think Amy already has them already and has received all the names of consultants unless there's additional ones.
I've sent everything, and, everybody looked over the RFPs, and I
Yeah.
told them they were good to go, so it's just a matter of actually sending them out.
Yeah, and then, so, we do understand, like, that's the thing is that, I know on here it says, like, we need your approval right this second, which doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily that, I just wanna just stress that we do wanna stress that it is still conceptual, so things can wiggle a little bit, so like, this doesn't have to be, this isn't necessarily set in stone, but like, we just are hoping, I guess like you could say it's like the overall concept kind of idea, major, pathways, like, things can always be adjusted, like, if we wanted to make some wiggle room certain places, add something back, remove more things,
Discover a, I don't know, Native American burial ground or
do that
something.
too, who knows?
My big concern, and it doesn't look like there were any changes at all, were the ramp and the stairs, the front entrance to the site. There were no changes there that I can see.
Yeah, no, those looked like they stayed the same,
Yes,
so
exactly.
the accessibility is still the same.
Is, what,
Bless you. Thank you.
Sorry, did I miss what the issue
Oh,
was?
no,
or-
I just wanted to make sure that there was no change to the.
Oh,
front-
make sure that there
front
was no
access,
change.
Yeah.
You're okay. There is no change.
Yeah, you're good.
Wait.
I was like, oh my gosh, wait, what did I miss?
Redraw the entire entrance right now. No.
No, we're good.
No, okay, no, that absolutely, no changes, except that we did even show that last time. We extended the sidewalk all the way across. But I think that was, we had already.
We talked
Yeah, we already
about
changed
it.
that last time, yeah, so that's, I think, was the only major difference.
That's good.
So,
So cost-wise,
mhm,
major difference between last month, well, 2 months ago's prices and this price is eliminating
Plus, yeah.
things
mhm.
and downgrading the quality of some. When I
Or
say-
looking for, being able, I mean, I wouldn't say, it doesn't necessarily mean quality. It was just more of like, we had a little, I know Amy had more time to like really research all the garden, like that's why I know like the garden bed price, she did a whole bunch of research on garden beds and found one that looked,
Yep.
so I think, yes, I think a major way to reduce the cost was to remove a
Remove
lot of
things.
the things that could
Okay.
then be, that we thought were easy to, it's not like you need
Labor.
a labor to put it in, you just
Yeah,
go
but
buy a
like-
chair.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Swings. We're buying swings.
Yeah, no, we left, that's why we
We're
left those
buying
in there.
all the swings.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I just wanted to make sure.
But that's also like some of the chairs and stuff, that's the kind of thing that we could, once we're a little further along, ask the Malzer Trust if they would cover some of those, so.
Or, I mean,
And
like,
donors.
I was just
Yeah,
about
right.
to
You know,
say,
donors,
donate a
you know.
chair.
Yeah.
They would love to
Wouldn't
put their
you like
name
to
on there.
donate
That's
on
what we're
it?
asking.
Exactly. Put their name on a swing, man, they'd love that.
I bet someone would donate a swing, especially with like some examples in there, would you like?
Well,
more
that's why I said,
swings?
like,
Donate one.
once we're far enough along that people can see what it looks like,
Yeah,
you can be
exactly.
like, hey,
This
there's
is where we
space for
planned
more
this.
things to be added in,
Yeah.
would you like to donate?
Yeah, because to me, I think the birdhouses can be done
Yeah.
down the road. Those don't
Oh,
need to be there.
Lita was going to do a birdhouse, story time.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
She's
That's what
actually
I was
already
saying,
done a
my phone.
decorate your own birdhouse.
But that's why I'm just thinking like, yeah, they have it in here and it's like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think this is wise, because I went through Turo's about 2 weeks ago, their
Yep.
garden behind their library, and their names everywhere. They're almost their whole project was either volunteered or donated.
Sure.
So, I mean, we do the base, we can add. And
Absolutely.
people will come and say, what can we do? We should have been asked. Oh, we eliminated a lot, so we
Yeah.
can we can put things back in, please.
Yep.
I mean, there's lots of other ways to potentially integrate it too. I think it'd be kind of cool, like I was saying, in the wall, perhaps that entry, the little short wall, it could have some fun names, or it could be literally the donor wall or something, because that's an easy thing to sell out. You feel like, name on a wall. Sorry, just throwing things out there. But yeah, so I think that was like the major objective. We just we figured those would be the easiest things. We knew that we like the organic, by altering the plan long story short, altering the plan in any way wouldn't have really altered the price so much. It's because we already know that we're gonna need a ramp, we're gonna need
Yeah, that's a
this
given.
stuff, and then we knew that we liked the kind of the wiggly line, a little bit more of the organic lines, or the, we know that we're gonna need an arbor, so a lot of those types of things, we're just like, well, let's look at the things that could be added later, potentially, so.
I really like the flow of it.
Oh, good.
It's very organic and.
Yeah, so the way I kind of try to design the paths where that you kind of feel like it's a mist, like you kind of want to keep going around, kind of like following the edge of it. So
Right.
it's a little bit of a mystery when you kind of follow it. But I'm glad that you like it. But that's all I'm here to deliver you, is what I've been sent to do. Is to.
So is it typical for RFPs to go out for just such a short period of time? I don't know, this is not,
Depends on
Trying to keep to the schedule.
depends on
Yeah.
the schedule, whether, like, if it were town funding, I'm sure it says that it has to go out for a certain number of days.
John, would you happen to know when you put out an RFP, out for a town project, what the time frame is on when an RFP goes out, when it would need, you want it back?
Right, Drusilla, I mean, is pretty correctly, for the
Yep.
water sewer infrastructure project,
Yep.
it's significantly longer for people to put together a good bid, so you wanna give them 45 days
Oh,
at least
yeah.
usually, but,
We're not asking for huge things here.
No,
No.
we need you to
We're not-
come look at
it's
trees.
pretty simple.
like-
Yeah.
I need you to look at a tree.
No, and to be complete, I mean, I think we could be fairly malleable, like, let's just say like one of the local consultants is too busy, and they're like, well, we could respond, but just give us an extra day or two. Or,
Right.
that should be, we're fine with that too, absolutely. That wouldn't ruin the schedule or anything. It's more of, kind of like people holding on to it for months for some reason, because.
I think the earlier you book them, the better it's gonna be for us to get
Oh.
them later on, because they're both gonna be on their schedule.
And that was the major reason was,
Before winter.
I just realized that. I was just about to say, Amy, that's what Amy said to tell you guys, and now I'm forgetting. Arborist. He really wants to try to get the arborist out there before snow comes.
Right.
And just so that we can see what's going on out there. So, that's, I also think why she was pushing that, but, yeah, because it'd be great for them to be able, we could get all, Joanne was talking about when we get all the consultants, we'll maybe have like a kickoff meeting with the consultants at the site so we can all look at the site together and see what needs to happen or, the best approach for it. It'd be awesome if there isn't snow on the ground yet, but.
And surveyors are
Yeah.
not allowed to survey anything if there is snow on the ground.
Oh, really?
They can't.
Oh.
Yeah, because you can't see the.
Those are your markers.
Yep.
Mark,
Yep.
and you also can't see like if there's a
If there's a
dip
divot
that's
or
been
something, if it's
blown
being
out or
covered.
Interesting.
So we want
That
to do
makes
that
sense.
before if we can.
Absolutely.
Yes, I can tell somebody else has worked with surveyors.
So quick note,
Yeah.
we just mentioned that Lita was talking about maybe doing a birdhouse, story time. I noticed there's still $500 worth of birdhouses and $500 worth of birdhouse installation here. So maybe we should just remove.
I would like the $500 for installation, and I will
Birdhouses?
go out with a hammer. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like.
No, you're absolutely
I will
right.
take that
$1,000
on.
we can use for something else.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I think that was meant to be taken out. I mean, just,
Oh,
So
yeah.
the installation at the bottom says installation and freight is 100%, so the equipment subtotal is $50,250, and then they do another 100%, assuming installation and freight, so
Yeah.
one would hope it's not $500 to install birdhouses, but
Right.
it's going to remove
I'm telling you, I will do it. You know what? I'll do it for $250.
I bet you would.
50% discount.
bar.
did you need to? Okay. No, you're absolutely, I mean, I will make sure, I'll have her edit that first thing.
I bet George would
Wow.
like $500 to install some birdhouses.
George would happily take $500 to install some birdhouses. George would be fine with that.
Yeah, and for example, for the storyboards, right, if we can get those sourced from MassCore and they're, they're cheap, that would be, so that's why I think a lot of the budgetary things can be taken out. And she can also remove, they're nice, but I was just about to say, the trash and recycling containers.
MassCore has some, I saw some in the book.
Yeah, we don't need
Yeah,
those.
we
ones.
need trash and recycling containers, but maybe not.
Yeah, not these ones.
Not
These
that
I
necessarily.
thought that okay,
Trust me, we
I'm
need
removing
all the
that.
trash and recycling containers.
No, yeah, I'm removing that. And, wait, why are the some seats, oh no, she removed, they say
Remove
zero.
those,
Oh.
yep.
Just
Yeah,
making
that's
sure
so
that I
cool. I was like crossing.
now I'm
out
like,
and it said
I
zero.
thought I read this and maybe I didn't, I was
That's
just
what it is.
double checking. 0, 0, 0, okay, that makes sense.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that
Yeah,
can
absolutely.
get tweaked once we know for sure what the plan, the
Abs-
drawing, the picture looks like, then you can.
For sure.
So the next
Yeah,
time,
there we go.
the board will need to approve the RFPs though, in the beginning of November?
First, the board has to approve the drawings.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I realize that,
But we will have to make some date there.
yeah. Okay, so, what is the board's pleasure?
If you want me to leave too, I can also, or you can wait for me to go. Oh, Okay, never mind.
We won't be hostile, we
I
promise.
mean, having heard how the cost was brought down,
Mhm.
I don't have a problem with approving, because the plan is basically not changed, what we liked last 2 months ago now. And the idea of how they brought down the cost, I think it's a smart way to do it, and we can go forward as we see fit. We may decide we need other things in a year, 2 years, you know, maybe leave it open
Easily,
to
yeah.
ideas.
Yep.
So I have no problem approving it as presented this evening.
Yeah. So approving the conceptual plan and preliminary cost estimate. Is that the motion?
I was
That
just
is the
gonna say,
motion.
you're making a motion.
A second.
That's what I was waiting for. No
Just wanna
further
make sure if
discussion?
anybody else had anything to say.
All in favor?
Aye.
Woo!
Um,
Was I supposed to cheer?
If you wanna let Amy know that if any of the people, once you send RFPs out tomorrow, if any of them wanna come look at the site, just have them give me a call.
Sure, absolutely.
Just 'cause I get a little nervous when there are strange people tromping over my
Oh, I
empty lot
told-
and I don't know who they are.
Oh,
but
no,
if they
well,
just
we'll-
call me and be like, yeah, I wanna come by.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely tell them if they're coming to site, they need to notify you.
Why is there a herd
Too.
of people tromping through the vacant lot?
RFPs
What's going on over there?
Was it the surveyors that freaked you guys out the last time? They're just like
When they
all
came
over
back.
the place.
It was when they came back.
Oh, they didn't tell you?
They didn't tell us they were coming back.
Jerks.
And I was like, oh, it's the surveyors, that's great, they're here. And then I was like, why is there a person in the bushes? And it turned out the surveyor had come back. I'm like, oh, okay then.
I'm just like seeing a guy popping out of the tree.
I mean,
Like- or
basically,
like
he
the-
was like way in the back and I was like, well, yeah, okay. Yeah.
So how do we make?
Awesome. Well, and then I will have her remove those two things we just spoke about, off the preliminary cost estimate, and she'll send a
Or we just wanna
revised.
trade
Just
that
the birdhouses
something,
and the,
What's that?
recycling and trash containers.
Do we wanna trade
Okay.
anything
That's the
and
only
put it
edit.
back in, like any kind of a bench or
But
anything?
awesome, I will get out of your way then. Unless you
Do we
need
wanna
Phil.
trade in a bench or anything for removing the birdhouses before she goes back to looking at things?
Oh,
No,
I
we'll just
personally-
do that later.
I think
I like the
Yeah,
idea
I think
of
that's the kind of
benches
thing that
being
you
donated.
can be like, yeah, we can have a bench put
Yeah.
in like later or.
Yeah.
We
Be
kept-
like, hey, we came in radically under budget, let's buy all the benches.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we kept one bench in, one at the entry, but that's why they can always be, you know.
Yep.
It can be
Okay,
pretty
great.
easy too. And then.
So is there any flexibility with the 8th, that date that you need, us to,
Approve those
Yeah,
guys?
yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, if they're coming in, so are you having the due date be, oh, you're having the 5th be the date of the RFPs coming in?
yeah. But they're coming in because they'll get a week.
Instead of 10/27?
Yeah, so the RFP goes
goes
out on the
out
27th.
tomorrow?
Yep.
Yep.
Comes in,
11/5
proposals are due
is the
11/5.
Oh, okay.
Because you just want more time, because that essentially gives you 3 days, is what you're saying, right? To try to get that all approved. You just need more time.
Will you send them to Drusilla so that she can forward them to us on
I
the
mean, that's
5th?
that's what you guys did,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, oh, absolutely.
so they did
Yeah,
like
we
for the
could,
surveyors, so.
yeah, we will do that as soon as we get them in. Because we want you guys to be able to open too. But June, get to your gold line, deadline. So I think that's why it's more of just trying to keep us on track. But if
So-
things have to be,
I would like to make a request, if we do hold a meeting on the 8th to approve these RFPs, that the library's open until 8 on Monday.
Yes.
If we could do it on-site, much later in the afternoon, I work.
No,
Yeah.
I get
So
it.
I need to
No, for sure.
adjust my schedule, and I can't, Mondays are really rough for me right now, so I can't do it during the day, right now. So if we could meet as a group possibly, I don't know how everyone else's Mondays are, late in the afternoon, early evening.
I need after 5 too.
You need after 5, okay.
Yeah. So we could do like
Wanna do, like-
5:15 or something?
I think
or-
if we're just doing that, I could
I was gonna say, yeah, I won't be here
Okay.
by 5:15.
Maybe like 5:30, because like my
But that
husband
should
needs
be
to
like,
finish
I
up
mean,
work
I
and
would
watch
think
my
the
kids.
minutes should be fairly straightforward. We
Yeah.
open
Yeah.
these and we.
So
went
could we do
home.
6 PM to, like, everybody at least get out of work and you'll be all set? If we say
How
for
long is it
6
gonna
o'clock?
be?
Not
What day
long.
of the week
It's-
is that?
it's
As
like
long as we're
pick-
out by 6:30, so I can go
Well,
home and
you
eat
need-
dinner.
you need to know that four trustees are gonna be there,
Yes.
yeah,
I'll make sure I'm
yeah.
Okay. I could be here
So
I'll,
6 PM?
on November.
November 8th.
Hang on, I have to send myself an email
Just
so that I
at
can put a
6
note on the
p.m.
calendar that I'm switching
And
my
that would be at
hours.
the library.
At library, yeah.
Yes.
Is there
It has to be
any,
posted that way.
Can we meet in the
Yes.
Fells room, or
I was gonna say, is there anything in the Vels room?
is there anything
I don't
happening in the
believe
Fells?
so. I don't
I
know.
would say for the posting, say the library, because
Yeah.
guess what?
Right.
They'll find us.
Right.
But yeah,
Library's
there's,
not that big.
there's,
Who's they?
If
anybody
in the
wanted
public,
to come.
anybody was
Oh,
to complain that they
oh,
couldn't
oh.
find us.
yeah,
at their
there's
meeting.
nothing on
Yeah.
this.
You know.
Monday night, that's, we can move Dungeons and Dragons. They normally meet in the Fells room, but that's a small group,
Well, we
so
can
we
meet
can
in-
move them.
I'm glad
we
that
meet in
there's
the
still
little
Dungeons
room?
and
Yeah, we
Dragons.
should. Yeah, we just
That's
started a
fine.
group for kids.
That's
Well, if they have a small
awesome!
group
Oh
of
my
kids, they can
gosh,
just
that's so
move
cool. I'm used to be one too.
Okay, yes, all right,
The library.
so, all right.
But yeah, we can, the only thing that's regular on Mondays is D&D, and we can move that. That's a
So-
small
Slow
group.
down.
Drusilla will notify you that following day.
Absolutely,
Yep.
perfect. And then, yeah, we'll just try to keep it on track and
Yep.
just keep it going. Sweet.
And you think that hopefully all the consultants, a week will be enough time?
For them
To me,
to-
it's not, it seems like it's really short, that's
To
all.
respond to an RFP, it usually, I mean, they responded really quick when we sent out the first one. It's because, to be completely honest, they have a whole bunch of like templates already set up and stuff.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
they
it's
usually
a standard, they
Yeah.
know what the work needs to be, it's just like, here it's
build
this
type of
big.
paragraph usually, like
Mm-hmm.
that,
Okay.
and that's why it's more of kind of just because of the size of the project and,
Mm-hmm.
but like we were saying, like, I think I'll have Amy like put a stipulation, like if, you know, please contact us if there's, you know, if you have a trouble meeting this, that maybe we can work with, you know,
Yeah,
something, a
because
stipulation for
I was
that.
thinking, if they want it bumped 2 days, and then we have to move the meeting 2 days, and then everyone's,
Except that if the proposals are supposed to be in on the 5th,
Oh, so 2
it-
days.
2
We
days
still
would
have-
still
we still
be,
have-
you'd still
Okay.
have them the day before,
yep,
so.
so we'd be good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Awesome, cool, then I will get out of your way, I appreciate it, I apologize for my
Have a,
tardiness.
have a safe trip back.
Thanks.
The winds are
Thank you
getting a
for
little
bringing the
gusty.
printing.
Yeah, no
Printed
problem, now,
copies.
yeah,
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
so much better, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, let's just hope that nobody is freaking out on 16, because that's what happened when I got here.
Uh,
'Cause someone saw a deer in the front of a major line, so it was like, we all have to freak out.
Everybody has to stop.
Everyone stop. Ah. It's like, stop, deer target.
Yeah, there usually is.
Like 4, especially around here. They just keep going.
Yep. Thank you all so much.
Thank
you.
you.
Take a safe drive home.
Thank you.
The next part, we kind of already touched upon, the Bay Path, I don't know, Pat, if you said you
I
haven't heard
sent
back
it,
yet?
no, I didn't get any, I'm
Okay.
gonna check in to make sure they received the information.
Okay.
but, Yeah.
I sent it to MassCore, it was the same template that Pat, I just forwarded the same thing.
Mhm.
And I did get, feedback that he did receive it, and he forwarded it to the next person for
Mhm,
quotes,
yeah.
so that's
Yeah,
where
I
that
think,
stands.
I've done more research on these, and I think they're like the Cadillac of the signs.
Okay.
So,
It
you
was
know, I
nice.
think there is opportunities to
To-
probably go down from that
Okay.
price. We
Yeah.
just don't wanna end up with a piece of plywood.
Yeah, and don't wanna have to,
Right.
don't wanna, something that,
Yeah.
I've seen them that, you know, if they're not made well, then they leak.
Right.
And then you end up with the pages
Oh, they
inside
can
getting
leak
all.
anyways,
But I mean,
yes,
like,
that's
if
not a
they're,
goal. You
if they're
got it.
built a little bit better, maybe they won't leak
Yes.
quite as much.
Right. Yes. All right, so moving on to director's report.
Programs, you all got the list of the upcoming through February. Lita and I are working on, a couple of programs already for spring break, because that will be here before we know it. She's working on having a, children's book author come. She's got a couple of feelers out to some fairly local authors to see if one of them would be willing to come do a program. And I have the first and the last Pearl Jam scheduled at this point, so I'm just waiting to hear from some other people to fill in. But we at least have an opening and a December one, so. But yeah, so programming going good. The numbers, Lita's numbers, especially for her story times, have been really good. The cricket class last weekend was jam-packed. Lita's gonna try to schedule another one because the waiting list was so long. We've already got people who are asking about the adult crafting workshop on November 20th, which I guess means that she and I need to figure out how to make the things that we're planning to make.
What is the thing? Is there
We actually have 2 different things. One will be an ornament, and one will be a like mason jar candle holder thing. Using the cricket that the friends bought Lita, so and there'll be room for people to kind of personalize.
During
a little
your
bit.
time here, have you ever done any program like at the housing complex on West Main Street for like the seniors?
Yeah, no, I've worked with them on some things. Like there have been some things that I've gotten phone calls saying, hey, would you help us out in this way? But we haven't done anything there.
Yeah, I wonder if we could plan something to do there and see if they would be interested.
I mean, I can give her a
Maybe
call
a
and
fall, like Christmas, a holiday type something.
yeah, I can give her a call and see if that's something. They do a lot of their own.
I'm curious,
programming and
does
stuff.
Christopher Heights still bring some of the residents to the library? I know they, pre-pandemic, they liked our library because it was all on one floor.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't know because they used to come in on Monday evenings. That's the night I'm not there. But we do get some of their residents come, who I know are their residents, but are not like on official Christopher Heights transportation. They come.
Yep.
But I don't know what they are doing in terms of planning to-
Going out much.
Yeah, I
At
think
this
they're
point,
still
yeah.
probably,
Being
That's
careful.
why I was
limiting.
thinking of bringing something there. Like, is there something we could do to bring something there for them?
Yeah, I can
mean,
give her-
If there was
I don't think
interest.
we've ever done that, but.
not at Joshua Place, no, because they do a lot of their own stuff. So like I said, occasionally I've gotten a phone call saying, hey, we want to do this thing, can you provide? I think once it was, do you have a cookbook about whatever it was?
Right.
Okay, fine.
Yep.
But I can give her a call and see what she thinks.
Yep.
Budget, we are obviously in good shape. For those of you who are not paying attention, the town meeting last night approved an across-the-board increase for the part-timers. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the budget because that will impact the bottom line of the budget with a higher hourly rate for staff members.
We'll discuss it later. I'm sure you'll get more information.
But, we are in good shape, as usual,
Okay.
so. And in terms of the facility report, where's some wood? Everything seems to be working.
That's good.
We have been, the highway department keeps telling me that they really are coming to attach the plaque to the rock. And then I call them up and they go, oh, right, we'll come in, so we're playing phone tag with them on that, but it'll get there eventually.
Update on the sign?
I have, a representative from Daktronics was on site last week with a really cool trailer with like different signs on the back, so you could see what different options
Oh,
were.
it
It was
looked
kind
like,
of
yeah.
fun. I also I've been talking to a company called Stewart Signs, trying to get a feel for what the options are, and both of them are supposed to be sending me some idea of what the options are, and what the ballpark price range would be this week.
Do we know of other libraries in the area that have a sign like ours? I'm just thinking because it would be nice to have like feedback from some similar
that's one
place that says,
reason-
like, ours
Oh, yeah,
hasn't
no
broken,
problem.
you know?
Well, that's one
Okay,
reason that
yeah.
I have contacted the companies that I have
Right.
for this, because like Daktronics, the Charlton Library has a Daktronics sign.
That's exactly, I was
And
thinking
have been
Daktronics.
very, very happy with it. Stewart Signs did the sign in, I can't remember, one of the other directors in Central Mass was like, oh yeah, we have one from them.
You have a
So,
lot of LED signs just recently. The Calvary Church has one now.
I
on
will
the
say
back
that I
road.
found out from the sales guy for Daktronics that the sign at Marty's is a Daktronics sign, and it's 9 years old, and they've never had to do any kind of repair on it. It's like, that's good to know.
So you're already there, awesome.
I actually sent something out. There's a listserv for directors in the region, and I sent something out. So does anybody have either, hey, we've had really good luck with this, or we've had terrible luck?
Avoid
And then, of
these.
course, I also have the information from Town Hall's sign as well. So I'm trying to, I had at least one company that I called that said that they didn't make anything in the size that we need, because we already have the frame thing. And if they don't make the size that fits in that, there's no point in asking them to tell me what it would cost. So I should have some ballpark figures by possibly by the time we meet for going over RFPs.
So at our next
Hopefully.
meeting.
Yes, hopefully.
We're gonna go to the next, hold
There
up
we
to the
go.
next meeting. So otherwise, the facility is good? Woo-hoo.
Yep.
Like that, okay. Anything else?
The only other thing is that I had written a grant to the state of Massachusetts to provide mobile Wi-Fi hotspots to our patrons, and we have received our hotspots.
Nice.
We have 5 of them. One of them has already circulated. We were like, we haven't even said that we have these yet. How do you know they're here? But all of the circulating guidelines and everything, because it's a state grant, that's all prescribed for us. You know, how long they circulate and what fines are and what the policies are and everything, because it's state money, so it's considered state equipment. So that was very nice, because I didn't have to come up with any of that. But so if anybody wants to go sit in a rowboat in the middle of the lake and still work on your laptop with Wi-Fi, I can make that happen.
Maybe it'll help
These-
my
No Lobster the Lake.
We
no
have these,
outside.
we have these little gizmos now.
My wife will be there.
I said I was gonna do the next board meeting from the middle of Bigelow Hollow.
There you go.
We actually got them in Sturbridge.
Yeah, it was, so the state was given a sizable amount of funding for this and tried to spread it as wide as they could, so, all costs associated with it are paid for the next year. And then after that, it is up to the equipment would be ours to keep, but there is a data plan that you have to
okay.
pay for, so it would be up to us. So I'm gonna wait and see what the circulation
Yep.
statistics are.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
people are using them.
Although clearly, like I said, one has already gone out. Okay. But so that's been fun, and Anne was great about sitting down with me and figuring out how to catalog them and get them all barcoded and labeled and all that good stuff.
Alrighty.
I have to say the little tablets that we have in the children's area are a godsend for road trips, because
Mhm.
it just sucks them right in. So every time we go on a road trip, we grab a couple, and it's
Yeah,
like,
the little find a way station
yes,
things, yeah.
Yes, awesome.
They're not cheap, but they're really cool.
They're very cool. Very cool.
And those are for loan?
Yes.
To loan out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
they're
Yeah.
like preloaded tablets for kids.
Nice.
So they have a certain one. The one that I was actually playing with one yesterday because it came back in and I happened to be there, so it was was all alphabet games.
Oh, nice.
But it's designed for little ones,
Mhm.
you know, so it's like toddler proof, and it only has a certain number of things on it.
And
Nice.
it doesn't have ads, and it doesn't have
Oh.
all the,
And
if
I mean,
you
they
get on
don't
a real
like
tablet.
connect to the internet. It's preloaded
Yep,
stuff,
yep.
but it's
That's
all
nice.
educational content. So.
I'll have to check that out, I didn't know that. All right, moving on, review for I think this is to vote on our bylaws.
Well, hopefully everyone has already reviewed them several
Yeah.
times, and we just need a vote tonight to accept them.
All right,
Make a
so I would
motion to
accept
Do
the motion.
I make a motion to accept?
Second.
You have to do the whole.
Oh, I'm sorry. Make a motion to accept the Board of Trustees bylaws as written,
The amendment.
As amended.
as amended.
Second.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Moving on, I did have a patron ask me, and I didn't know the answer, Drusilla, so I wanted to do it on TV so other people would get it too. She asked, before the pandemic, we did book reviews, like they had like a book. you
A
know,
book club?
A book club or review, and wanted to know when that was gonna
Yes,
start
so
back
that
up.
was actually run by one of our patrons.
Yep.
And she is working on getting it off the ground again.
Oh, good.
There's been a bit of a schedule change for the regular members, so as of last week, they were trying to figure out when they could schedule it.
Oh, okay.
But she is
So you'll
working.
be posting that when it starts
Yeah,
up?
once it starts up again, but because it was run by volunteers, we're letting her figure out what works for, and she has all the contact info for the folks who are regulars and stuff, so she's working on it.
And how many were regulars during that time period?
Probably about 6 that we saw every month, and then there were another 3 or 4 that we would see kind of on a rotating basis. So we averaged like 7 or 8 people a month.
Oh.
It was a small group.
Someone asked me about the yoga, and I was like, we're kind of busy. And then I was looking at the schedule, I was like, could we do it like once a month? Would that be
Yeah,
possible?
well, part of it is Joanne and her, and I put a call into her yesterday, just to see where she is, but she was, would have 25 people there, which is a big crowd, and so, like I said, last I talked to her, which was a few months ago, she wasn't quite comfortable
Oh,
with.
not the chair yoga.
Oh, you
The
want
other one.
regular yoga?
Yeah.
I mean, I can look at it and
Mhm.
see if,
That might be a nice option if it was just even once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once a month would be great. I know,
And if there's a big interest, then we can look to do it maybe more often.
yeah.
Or
Because
you
the
could
idea is also
attend
just to-
once a month and have one
Yeah.
every 2 weeks, but you could
Yeah.
attend one and
Yeah.
save the other
Mhm.
slots for other people.
And I
Yeah.
agree with what you said, it's good to get
Try it.
more adults into the library. I see, parents there with kids, but I don't see the adults that often,
we
The
actually,
knitters come in,
we've
but-
had quite a few new users of the library who are there regularly in the evenings
Good.
now, who are
Nice.
younger families, but they don't come with their kids.
Mhm.
It's the adults that come. And then, if you're there on a Tuesday morning, you have our cluster of people down by the newspapers and magazines all reading the papers and stuff.
That
so.
when it comes in, the papers.
Yeah. And even movie nights or movie matinees or something,
Yeah, we used to do movies, and we'd only get 2 or 3 people attending. We
It
did
used to be
regular.
popular, I know that.
Yeah, we did regular movie nights, but, in the last year or so before the pandemic, we'd get like 3.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, maybe that's more of a summer thing, like movies on the lawn when we have our, that could be really cool.
There you go.
Yeah. I like the idea. I feel like
Mhm.
it's a nice idea,
I know they have big inflatable,
Mhm.
projection,
Screen,
what
yeah.
you screen, you could put it under the pergola.
Right,
and
boom.
Have a movie in the summer. Any other business?
Oh, I just wanted to mention, I think everyone gets the emails from Laura Dede from the Mass Board of
Mass
Library
Libraries, yep.
Commissioners. And she sent out a really good one a couple weeks ago. MBLC now has a statewide group membership to the United for Libraries. It's part of the American Library Association. And trustees, friends, foundation, library directors, library staff, and supporters are all invited to become members, which I did do. And there's really some very, very fine resources there. And I can send this to all of you if you don't have it.
Please.
They had a couple of sessions. I couldn't make the one in October, but they have one coming up on November 17th from 10 to 11. But I'm sure they'll be putting it online, but really worthwhile.
Please, thank you.
So I saw that, but I didn't dig deeper into it because I couldn't make the session that was described. You can, apply, but the fee is waived or something? How
There's
does
no
that-
fee,
there's no
yeah,
fee?
the MBLC has joined,
Cool.
and they have a statewide membership, and so.
And it's more than just those sessions, there's
Actually, this is just to let you know what's available to you. But once you join, you can go in and look at what's available, and there's all sorts of things. There's videos, there's tutorials, there's information you can get in PDF form or download or whatever, but very, very worthwhile.
thank you for looking into it for all of us.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
All right, and any board members' comments and/or observations?
Actually, that was.
That was your observation. Comment, okay. So our next meeting will be November 8th at 6 PM to be held at the library to review and vote on RFPs coming in for the Crawford Corner project. As far as a November meeting and December meeting, I don't know,
We don't have a December meeting scheduled, we do have a
November meeting, it's the 23rd.
Looking here, I was just thinking that, because you said December, they have a presentation set for us for 12/28. But we don't have a meeting in December, do we? So we might wanna,
I can let them know.
okay, yeah.
What we have done in the past is moved up the January meeting and made it a December, January, so.
And then you
can
don't come in
consider-
January.
Yeah. So that might be a possibility, so it doesn't get too far behind in
Mhm.
what they
Right.
need to do.
All right, so we're gonna, our next meeting here will be November 23rd.
Unless we want to do the November, December, which we could determine on the 9th.
On the
The
8th,
eighth.
okay.
I'm sorry,
Yep,
on the 8th,
yep,
yes.
I know what you're, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's to be determined at this
Mhm.
point in time.
Yeah, if
I
we
just
do it
wanna say
December
that
1st
the
or something like that,
Mhm.
December
annual
second, and then
spectacular
you'd
is
have
this
to
week
worry about
Thursday. It
Thanksgiving.
starts at 4 o'clock at the library.
Mhm.
And then it comes
Great
to
to
the
hear.
town hall, it's from 4 to 6. And there'll be costumes, and you're doing costumes?
Well, Lita and I are doing the costume
Voting?
contest.
Contest, yes.
And also helping out with scarecrow voting. So we will
Okay.
be outside the back door somewhere in that area, so come say hi.
I love all the scarecrows out in the front lawn.
Yeah,
I think it's
they're
great.
great. yeah.
I hope
But
they
there'll
do it every
there'll be
year.
all kinds of other stuff going on, inside and around town hall. But
Nice.
like I said, we are doing the costume contest, so we will be back there.
So what time is the costume contest? Is it
It's
right when you come
it's
back?
ongoing, because it's actually doing photos. Like, we already have some people who've submitted photos to us on Facebook for their entry. So what we are doing is you come and you get your official photo taken
Mhm.
for the costume contest, and then we'll judge them all
That evening?
probably the next morning.
Oh, okay. And then you'll notify.
Because judging by the last one, we were a little busy that evening,
okay.
just constantly with people coming in. So
Yep.
yeah.
So if no one has any other business, I don't know how to do this right, so.
Entertain a
And
motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I just entertain a motion to adjourn and to convene into executive session under MGL Chapter 30, Section 21A2, to conduct strategy session in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining session or contract negotiations with non-union personnel, and not to reconvene into public session.
I make a motion to adjourn from the public meeting at 7:17 and to convene into executive session under MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21A2, to conduct strategy session in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining session or contract negotiations with non-union personnel, and not to reconvene into public session.
I will second that. And we don't have to say it.
All in favor?
We have to do roll call.
Oh,
Roll
yeah,
call
that's
vote?
true.
Oh, roll call vote, please.
Okay. Kathy Sandstrom, aye.
Pat Corch, aye.
Nicole Kucherov, aye.
Joyce Narodzinski, aye.
Ben Craver, aye.
Ed Besson, aye.
Okay.
Ready to go?